Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of Cubs Daily. My name is Steven Wright, and we are presented by Fan Arch. And the Cubs absolutely routed the Angels yesterday, 12-1. We're going to talk about the game. We had another big breakthrough game for our main man, Kyle Tucker. Cade Horton was sensational. And of course, we will preview the series finale right here on the end of this episode. But before we get into all that, just want to give everyone a big time thank you for continuing to watch the videos. Share your thoughts in the comment section and hitting that like button. Let's keep that train rolling. So, Cubs dominate the Angels yesterday, 12-1. It was 2-0 early. Shout out Kyle Tucker, who I think is starting to figure it out. He's been saying it all along too, ladies and gentlemen, right? He's been saying you're one swing away from being back on track. Has there been a lot of questions? Yes. Has there been a lot of misconceptions? Sure. You know, is he hurt? Is he not hurt? What is the deal? Is he mentally all there? Who knows? All I know is he hit 2 more home runs tonight and he hit a double in the gap. Kyle Tucker can play baseball, ladies and gentlemen. And I still think the Cubs should give him a full amount offer. I'm thinking 10 years, $375 to $400 million. That's what the price I'm looking at is. We'll see what those numbers actually come out to in the end. But he is just that good. He is a stability force in the lineup. Also, shout out to Reese McGuire, who hit a massive grand slam as well to make it 6-0 and essentially put this one to rest because Cade Horton was unreal. So, I was taking care of my daughter, getting her down to sleep. I waltzed downstairs. 3rd inning. I watched Cade Horton throw a pitch. They said, ball. And then the announcer said, that was the first ball of the evening. There was 2 outs in the 3rd. He had thrown 22 pitches, and that was when his first ball was. Cade Horton, ladies and gentlemen, could be the key that makes this whole thing go round, okay? We were furious at the deadline, right? That they didn't make a move to go out and supplement the pitching staff to get a number 1. First of all, I don't think a number 1 was truly available. But to go out and get a Joe Ryan, a Mackenzie Gore, moves could have been made. I think. I'm not sure how much the Nats or Twins truly valued our prospects. But maybe the solution to all this is within the system itself. And it's Cade Horton. Because he went 6 innings tonight, 7 strikeouts, 1 walk, no earned runs, 2.88 ERA. He's absolutely locked in right now. Yes, he had a blip last week against the Brewers where he was taken out in the 3rd inning with the blister. But again, the stuff is really, really settling in. He's figuring out where the zone is. He's got the paint jobs down. He's really mixing his pitch as well. Cade Horton looks incredible. We're going to get to him here in a moment. But let's talk about our main man, Kyle Tucker, who absolutely got this party started, ladies and gentlemen. 3 for 5 tonight, 2 home runs, a double. Exactly what this team needed. In the 3rd inning, Michael Busch got on with a double, and then Kyle Tucker smacked a 2-run homer. That put him up 2-0. And then later on in the game, it was 7-0 Cubs, and then a massive 3-run blow made it 10-0, ball game over. So, this is the thing with Kyle Tucker, right? The numbers were not good. I'm not denying any of that. But there were still some variables in there that you're just like, okay, he's still, doing stuff, So, for example, right, I think it was since July 1st they showed the graphic he was hitting 189, and his OBP was 325. Now, an OBP of 325 is not overwhelmingly impressive. It is overwhelmingly impressive, in my opinion, when you're hitting 189. That is still really good. He's still taking a lot of pitches. He's still seeing the ball well. He's just not squaring it up right. Now, he's squaring it up right, and he is doing damage with it. And so, this lineup can be so much more lethal when Kyle Tucker is playing this way. When he's seeing the ball well, when he's hitting well, this lineup goes to a completely different level. Now, another fun little fact here during the game, Seiya, he beat out a ground ball. I think it was in the 6th inning or so, just after the Kyle Tucker home run. And they're up 10-0. They don't need to challenge it. I was thinking in my head, though, I was like, Greg Council challenged it. I was like, I'm fine with that challenge. I need Seiya to realize he can get on base. You know, I need him to see himself get on base and do all that stuff. So good for Seiya Suzuki there. Kyle Tucker again, sensational game. PCA, he had himself a hit. You know, again, maybe not most impactful hit, but again, it's about building confidence, right? It's about getting into September where we can start to make some noise and make some tractions. We're 6 back of the Brewers now. I'm just saying, if we get to September, we're 5 back. They might be on their heels a little bit. I'm just saying, things escalate quickly. So just keep playing good baseball, which this team is starting to do. Right? I think it's 7 of the last 9 now, if I'm not mistaken. So let's keep that. And guess what? Kyle Tucker wasn't even getting hot in that first part, right? Now he's getting hot. So this offense could get hot. And it also just felt good to drop 12 runs on a team. Especially a team you know you are better than. So good for Kyle Tucker. Let's get him re-signed. And let's get this offense rolling again. Now, back to another fantastic part of this game. And that was Cade Horton. I was just talking about him a moments ago. But again, 6 innings, 7 Ks. He was absolutely incredible. You know, 2.88 ERAs where it sits now. He only allowed 3 hits. No real threats were ever made on the base paths. He's really, really developing into something special here. I'm not sure what the truth is to, you know, he's on an innings limit or an innings count or whatever. All I know is I need him to pitch in October because I need him to start getting that confidence because even if we don't win it this year, I'm going to need him for next season. That's how I feel about Mr. Cade Horton. He's absolutely special. And honestly, my hot take is he's going to be the number 1 pitcher on the staff within the next year or 2. It's going to go Cade Horton. I think Shota or Justin Steele will start the opener the next year or 2. But then it's going to be Cade Horton's team. It's going to be Cade Horton's staff before we know it because he is just absolutely electric and filthy. So happy to see him pull that off today. Glad to see him bounce back, especially after, you know, it wasn't a rough start. He was just pulled because of a blister. But I'm glad the blister healed. He came back, and he dominated a team he should have dominated. And this is a great chance for the Cubs. We have a great stretch here where we're not facing many teams that are above 500. And these are games that we can win. And these are games that we can make up. And we can get our bats right, going into the playoffs. So it's going to be an exciting stretch here down the last month of the season or so. Again, we're 7 up on the Reds. We just got a game up, I believe, on the Dodgers now in the wild card as the Padres took the lead yesterday after their victory. So it's going to be an exciting finish here in the month of September. But we still got 8 more days left of August, so there's plenty of time to make some more room on the Milwaukee Brewers in the division. And speaking of that, tomorrow we are facing off against an old friend. Mr. Kyle Hendricks will be gracing the mound against us. I'm not going to say for the last time guaranteed, but it feels like for the last time potentially, right? Kyle Hendricks, he's towards the end of his career. Again, he's had a sensational career as well, ladies and gentlemen. But, you know, he's on the Angels now. He's kind of going into the twilight, etc., etc. Trying to see if the Cubs... Yes, so Tyone is going back for a second start out there. And hopefully we can sweep the Angels. I think that would be a really, really good sign that this team is kind of really getting their gears back in order. Not just winning series, but just straight up dominating. And those are the signs you like to see from this ball club. We all know Kyle Hendricks' scouting report. He does not throw hard, but he's deceptive. And if he's finding those corners and he's painting those corners, he's going to be a real problem to deal with. But if the bat speed catches up to him, the Cubs are going to wallop that baseball, and they are going to win this ball game. So, again, appreciate everyone who tuned into today's episode. You guys know I will be back tomorrow. Cubs will have the day off, but we'll preview that next series and see where we stand in the division. So I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll talk to you soon.